One of the most underrated habits in the world is sleep, especially good sleep. Because if your sleep is good, then the rest of your life will also dial in automatically. And I'm someone who, by the will of Allah, has spent the past 2 years learning, experimenting, and improving with my sleep. So, in this video, I'm going to show you all the things I have learned over my past 2 years of research so that you don't have to do it. Because I remember when I completed my HIFs and came back to the school system, I changed my sleep schedule so that now I'm going to go to sleep late, really late, and I'm going to study at nighttime. This is because this is what I saw everybody else do as well. And so now I come home from academy at about 8:30 to 9 p.m. and then I start studying at about 10 p.m. and then I study for about 2 hours and then I start scrolling or doing something else and then just spending time on my phone. But I study till Fajr and then I literally go to sleep after praying Fajr. I wake up at 11 p.m., 12 p.m., sometimes even on the azan of Zohr. And my father every day tries to wake me up early. But how can I wake up at 7 a.m. when I just went to sleep at 5 a.m.? But then, about a year of living like this, I start to learn about self improvement, and now I'm slowly but surely starting to learn about things. And one day, after I've prayed Fajr, I go out to just get some fresh air. And as I'm standing there and just getting my fresh air, my father also comes out and he's a bit confused. And I say to him, "Oh, yeah, I just woke up, prayed Fajr, and then I just wanted to get some fresh air." But now he's even more confused because I'm the exact same person who just 3 months ago used to wake up at 12 p.m., 1 p.m. And so let me show you how I fix my sleep in just 2 to 3 months. First of all, before I tell you all of the hacks and do this, do this, do this, do this, I want to explain to you the thing that controls sleep. And I don't know if you've heard about this thing or not, but that thing is the circadian clock. It is basically, in simple words, if I have to explain it to a 3-year-old, I will say that there is a clock inside the head of each of us, and that is the clock that controls when we go to sleep, when we wake up, how much sleep we need, the quality of our sleep, and all of these things. Like, for example, if you have ever tried to go to sleep earlier than your usual sleep time, let's say, like, usually you go to sleep at around 11 p.m., 12 a.m. But then on a particular day, you decided that, okay, from today, I'm going to go to sleep at 9 p.m. So you went into your bed. But now it's been 30 minutes and you've been just lying there in your bed, and for some reason you just can't go to sleep. Even though you're not using your phone, you're not using your laptop, you're doing nothing, you're just lying there trying to go to sleep. This is because your clock, the clock in your head, is not set to that time. And so this is the clock that controls everything related to sleep, mood, energy, and a lot of other things as well. But in this video, we're just going to talk about it in the context of sleep. And so you might be saying, okay, how do we set this clock? Well, there are a lot of ways, a lot of hacks and things that you can do to like set this clock to a particular time you want. But before we go into that, I want to tell you another general principle, and that is when your body is cold and the temperature of your environment is low, meaning cold, you feel sleepy. This is the reason our sleep increases in winter and we just don't want to get out of bed. And the opposite is also true. When our body is hot and the temperature of our environment is hot, we feel awake. This is the reason that you just don't get a like really good sleep on a really hot day and this stuff. And so this means anything that makes our body cold and our environment cold as well, that is good for our sleep. And anything that makes our body hot and the temperature of our environment hot as well, that is good for us to feel awake, and that is also good for us to improve our sleep. Then there is another thing. If there is high light around you, let's say there are a lot of lights around you, you will feel awake. Duh, this is like duh, you can't really go to sleep when there are like a lot of lights turned on in your room. And the opposite is also true. When there are low lights or no lights in your room, you will feel sleepy or you can go to sleep. So now let's talk about the things that will improve your sleep. Enough of my rant on general principles. But there's another thing that most people get wrong as well. And that thing is that most people think that to improve your sleep, you have to do things before you go to sleep. And that is true. You have to do those things as well. But in like there are two times in which you should do things that will improve your sleep. This is in the morning, meaning 1 to 2 hours after you wake up, and in the night around 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. And in this video, I'm just going to go over the first section, like the things you should do before, after you wake up. Because if I include both of these sections in this same video, it'll make the video like 40 to 45 minutes long, and I don't want that. And so if you want to know everything about sleep, the things you should do when you wake up, the things you should do before you go to sleep, and some of the things that you can do even between these two things, like around Zohar time, you can go and check out the first link in the description, because if you join that community, you get the like complete ultra Muslim self development course. And in there I go in a lot more detail about sleep. The module is like 40 to 50 minutes long on sleep. So that's a lot of stuff. So, with that being said, now let's talk about all the levers we are going to use to improve our sleep. And these are light and darkness, temperature, food. Not just what you eat, but when you eat, this includes this as well: exercise, caffeine, and then finally digital tools. So, let's get into these things. First of all, as soon as you wake up, you have to say the dua of waking up. Pretty basic and simple. Alhamdulillahi alladhi ahyana ba'da ma matana wa ilayhi nushur. After this, you should go and do wudu, and then you should pray fajr, or you can even pray tahajjud, like depending on your goals and everything. Then the second thing you need to do after you wake up is get your morning sunlight. And this might, like for the people who watch a lot of my videos, this might sound a bit cliche advice, but let me explain how and why this works. You see, I've already told you about this circadian clock, the clock in our head that controls our sleep. You have to understand that one of the best ways to control that clock is through light and darkness, the first lever. And when there is high light, as I've already told you, we feel awake. When there is low light, we feel sleepy and everything. And morning sunlight in the like morning is really good to feel to make your body awake and to set that circadian clock. The only goal is not to get your body awake. The goal is to set your circadian clock to that particular time. For example, let's say you get your morning sunlight at 6:30 a.m. or 6 like around 6:30 a.m., 6:35, 6:40, 6:25 a.m. every single day. If you do this for just 2 to 3 days, your clock will be set to that time, and you will wake up at around 6 to 6:30 automatically without any alarm. You won't even need any alarm to wake up. This is the power of the circadian clock and setting the circadian clock to the right time. This is one of the major reasons that you want to go to sleep at the same time every single day as well, but we're not going to go into that detail. And so you need to get your morning sunlight within the first 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up, because as I've already told you, it's literally magic to set your circadian clock. And if you get your morning sunlight early in the day, within like 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up, this also helps to improve your sleep, because guess what? The circadian clock inside our head works around the clock. Duh. If you do anything in the morning to improve it, it is automatically improved in the night time as well. And so this is your actionable step. Within 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up, you have to get your morning sunlight. And this has to be like direct sunlight. This cannot be when you're sitting in the car. This cannot be like through a window, because the glass present in the window like absorbs, like disrupts the wavelength in like simple words, and it just disrupts the rays that are good for setting your circadian clock. And so don't get your morning sunlight through like windows and everything. But contact lenses are okay, like if you're wearing glasses and these things, they are all cool. But let's say you wake up at 4:15 p.m., 4 a.m., 4:15 a.m., just like I am these days. You wake up super early and the sun rises at around 6 a.m. What now? Well, if you wake up really early before the sun rises, then what you should do, and I'm not going to explain this right now, we'll explain this in a moment, but just note that what you should do is that get a cold shower within 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up. I'll explain why this works in a moment, but for now, just notice down that if you wake up super early and the sun does not rise within 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up, which I recommend you should wake up early, get a cold shower within 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up. And quickly, one more stupid thing a lot of people do when I tell them to get their morning sunlight is that they try to look at like directly at the sun. No, don't be an idiot. That will hurt your like eye cells and retina and all of these things. You don't want that. Like that's doing more damage than good. Don't be an idiot. Don't just look in the general direction of the sun. You don't have to stare at the sun or anything like that. Don't hurt your eyes. Now we come to the second lever, and that is exercise. And I don't recommend you to do your full blown workout, like 30 to 90-minute long workout in the morning. The reason is because if you're like me and if you follow my advice a lot, you work in the morning as well. You do your business work, you do your studying, and these things like the brain work in the morning as well, because in the morning you have a lot more brain points and all of these things. And so if you do your like full blown workout in the morning, that will make you tired, and now you don't really want to do anything. Like when I started working out 2 3 years ago, I used to do my full blown workout in the morning because I didn't know this stuff at that time. And after that, I wouldn't really want to do anything. So don't repeat my same mistake, and instead just get your body moving. That is the goal. Just get your body moving. And you might be saying, why do I have to do exercise in the morning? Well, because as I already told you, anything that makes your body hot and the environment of your like surroundings hot as well, that is good to make you feel awake, and that also helps to set the circadian clock for the night time as well. And so exercise helps to make your body hot. That is why it works. So just do some simple push-ups, some stretches, or what you can do is go for a jog. And this way you can like combine the first lever and the second lever both. You can go for a jog for 10 to 15 minutes. This will get your body in exercise, and then as you're jogging you try to look as much as the sun as possible, as like in the general direction of the sun as much as possible. So this is your actionable step. Go for a 10 to 15-minute long jog and try to look as much as possible in the direction of the sun. And if you don't want to go for a jog, maybe do some stretches and just maybe use a like skipping rope, or maybe just do some push-ups. And you can do these while looking in the general direction of the sun as well, as long as you're outside in the open. And now we come to the third lever, which we are going to use to set our circadian clock, and that lever is temperature. And as I've already told you, when your body feels hot and the like environment of like the temperature of your environment is high, you feel awake. And so how do we increase the temperature of our body? Well, by taking a cold shower. You might be saying, huh? Taking a cold shower increases the temperature of our body. Exactly. This is because when the cold water touches your body of just normal temperature, your brain, like the part of like your part of brain that controls your body's temperature, it increases the temperature of your entire body as well to combat that cold water. But there's a caveat. That cold shower should not be for more than 1 to 3 minutes. Because if it is more than 1 to 3 minutes after you get out of the cold shower, you'll feel tired and now you'll want to go to sleep. So don't do that. That will do more damage than good. And so only remain in there for 1 to 3 minutes and then just come out. And so this is your actionable step. After you wake up and when you go to the bathroom, just take a 1 to 3 minute cold shower. And there is no need to wash your hair. All you have to do is just get water like till your neck, and that's all. If you want to wash your hair, go ahead. If you don't, just there's no need. If you don't, it will still work. And the thing is, now you might say, I don't have a cold geyser in my house. What do I do? Well, I don't either. But if you wake up early like me, you wake up at 4:15 and you get your cold shower around 5 to 5:15 a.m. At that time, not a lot of people are going to be awake in your surrounding environment, your surrounding area. This means the water that comes in your shower will be cold. This works in winter, duh. This works in summer as well. I do this every summer, and since I've found this, so yeah, just even if you don't have a cold geyser, still just wake up early and get the cold shower for just 1 to 3 minutes, and it'll do wonders. There are like a lot of other benefits for it as well. It reduces inflammation, it increases adrenaline, it improves your mood, it improves your energy levels, and all of these things. So just take a 1 to 3 minute cold shower. Voila. Now we come to the fourth lever, and that is food. And I don't think I have to explain why you should eat food to make your body awake, because when you eat food, the temperature of our body rises and then we feel awake. Duh. But you might say, I've heard you talk about fasting, like intermittent fasting and not eating anything early in the morning. True as well. But this is where we use the sunnah, because as I told you, it just does not matter what you eat, but it also it just does not matter when you eat. It also matters what you eat and how much you eat. The volume of your meal also matters. Like we all know, we feel really tired after eating a big meal, and so we don't eat a big meal early in the morning, and we only eat dates, just like the Prophet peace be upon him used to eat. And so we eat 3, 5, or 7 dates early in the morning within 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up. You can do this before you get your sunlight. You can do this just after you pray Fajr. You can do this after your morning sunlight. But the thing is, just get it, like just eat those within like 30 to 60 minutes of you waking up. Then the fifth lever is caffeine. And I personally don't drink coffee, nor do I drink chai. Like these two things just don't suit my body. I just know my body. I've experimented with them. I just don't feel good when I drink coffee or chai. But what I do drink is kahwa. Like it's called kahwa in Pakistan, but it's in English it is called KAHWAH. Don't take it for KAVA. Like it's a drink in Indonesia and stuff. That's different. I'm talking about the like Peshawari kahwa. So I just drink that, and you might like to drink this in the morning, but I personally like to drink it a bit late in the day, like before Zohar, and I don't drink it like before or after Zohar, and I don't drink it every single day. I only drink it when I have to do some work after Zohar. So maybe I have to like script some videos after Zohar. Maybe I have to just record some videos after Zohar because I'm recording a course or anything of that sort. Or I just want to record a lot of videos in a particular day. I'm just feeling like that. So to avoid the like midday crash of energy everybody feels, I just drink a kava, a glass, like half a cup of, or maybe a full cup just before or after Zohar, and it helps to boost my energy levels. But sometimes I do drink it in the morning as well, because these days like I'm spending 5 hours on physiotherapy every single day. Like physiotherapy is basically exercise, and I'm spending like 5 hours every single day on it, and 1 hour of that is early in the morning from like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And after that, I feel really tired. And because I have to do a lot of work, like I have to script videos sometimes record videos, and these things, I need energy. And so I just drink half a glass of like half a cup of kava, and just like I've drank it like I think an hour ago, and now I'm recording these videos, and Alhamdulillah, I'm not feeling that tired. Like, don't drink caffeine, chai, or like kava with just within 90 minutes of you waking up, because if you do, like your cortisol levels will be messed up, and I'm not going to go into that detail. That make the like it's off topic, but just don't drink it like caffeine or chai or anything of that sort within in your first 90 minutes of you waking up. That will do more damage than good. And so this is your action number 7. If you have some work to do after Zohar, I recommend you drink coffee, chai, or like kava, whatever suits your body and whatever you want to do. But don't drink it every single day, because if you do drink it every single day, you'll get addicted to it. And one more thing in caffeine is be sure to drink it at least 6 hours before you go to sleep, because like the half life of caffeine is like 6 hours, and if you don't drink it 6 hours before sleep, it'll mess up with your circadian clock and your sleep, and you don't want that. So don't drink it at like 6 p.m. if you go to sleep at like 9 p.m. or like 10 p.m. Don't be an idiot. And then the sixth and final thing on our list is reading Quran every single day. And no, there is no scientific study I have to prove like I have for this, or like any scientific like explanation for this. But the thing is, just when I read Quran every single day in the morning, I just feel a lot more awake. I feel a lot more connected to Allah throughout the day. I feel a lot more spiritual. Like my heart feels a lot better. I can feel the barakah in my day. Like time passes slowly. I can do things more betterly. Like I'm more effective in nearly every single thing. And so like there are just so many benefits I've seen like in my own personal life with just experimenting with like different times of Quran. I used to like first like read it before like in the morning when I was doing hifz. Then I changed it to like just after Zohar. Then I like at one point I changed it to like after Maghrib. But now I have again like back switched to just in the morning, because I just feel a lot more better when I read Quran first thing in the morning, because the khushu at that time is just insane. As a brother was like explaining in my Discord community, it's a free server. If you want to join, go ahead, you can go ahead and do that. But the thing is, you need to read Quran every single day, and I recommend you doing it in the morning. And so this is your actionable step. Read at least 2 pages of Quran with translation, or you can even go into tafsir in the morning. Start with just 2 pages, and if you're new to this like movement and everything, start with just 2 pages. But if you're already doing like if you're already reading 5, 6, 10 pages every single day, really nice, you can increase that as well. But the thing is, start slow, start small, and then slowly but surely increase it. And so this is everything you need to do to improve your sleep in the morning. And so, as I said, if you want the complete Ultra Muslim Self Development course, it is like 100 plus modules. I've spent 6 months making that course, and it is right now, like when I'm recording this video, it is only 25% made, and just that 25% of it includes 22 modules, or maybe I think 22 to 20, yeah, 22 modules, and it's just 25% of the course. And every single day I'm adding new sections. Every single day I'm like thinking, oh yeah, I can add this in the course as well, I can add this as well. Like, I'm just telling you, if I had that course, if I had that course 3 years ago, I would be a lot more advanced than I am right now, because it includes literally every single thing that I have learned over the past 3 years. I am not gatekeeping anything. If I forget anything, that's a different thing. But anything that I remember, every single thing that I am experimenting with, every single thing that I am like currently taking action on in my life right now, I am telling all of that in there. So I don't think you want to miss that. So go ahead and check out the first link in the description. Otherwise, you can go ahead and like check out the Discord communities, and they're free and everything. And I'm online a bit there as well. And so do good, and inshallah, I will see you in Jannah.